Hello, my viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to the channel, Jamaica News Review. So right now we have breaking news out of Portmore, St. Catherine, where a counselor, political counselor by the name of Ainsley Parkins of the PMP was shot and killed. And this is very tragic situation. And our condolences go out to the family and friends of Ainsley Parkins. This is also not the first attempt on his life. There was an attempt a few years ago. I remember seeing him on TV, explaining how the whole thing went down. And it's just sad. It's just sad. Just sad that we have people in Jamaica that just go around and take people life just like that. They go on and anybody they feel like is their turn, they just show up and take your life, and that's it. So it's a sad situation, and it just show the deterioration of the society. And it's like they are slowly targeting the political directorate and the business people. They're not just targeting the average Joe now, they're targeting everybody. And this is a worrying situation. But at the same time, it also shows that the government and the opposition need to come together and find solutions for the crime problem that we are experiencing, sorry. And some solutions have to be found. This back and forth that they have with their one another, this everyone trying to gain political mileage. This really have to come to an end, and solutions have to be found. This cannot be allowed to continue because we have too much criminals, murderers going around this little country, targeting people, hardworking people, your average people, average citizen, business people. And it seems like they're turning on the politicians now. So this situation is really unacceptable. And the PMP, have shared some blame in this too, because every time this government try to implement some tougher rules, some tougher strategies to get control of the situation, they're always running out, trying to bust the situation, trying to, throw cold water and anything this government try to implement. I'm not uh, I'm not defending this government. I'm just saying this government, at least they have tried to implement some harsher penalties, but every time they do, the PMP run out, and they always have seem like they have a softer approach to criminals. I don't know why that is, but they always seem to have something to say. They always trying to don't play anything the government put in action to get this thing down. I'm not sure, but they really need to stop playing politics and start working with the government so they can come up with better strategies and get this crime situation under control. And people, I'm a supporter of the state of emergency, but I think it have to be tougher. I think it have to be more. Um, I think it's too stationary. It needs to be more comprehensive and more robust. You can't just have a bunch of people standing up one place all day and they're not going out in the communities and searching houses. They're not doing house to house searches. Now and again when they stop a vehicle when the vehicle pass by. But that is unacceptable. It needs to be tougher and it needs to be expanded. I think This drop a state of emergency for 2 weeks and just put a bunch of soldier and police in one spot is really just a band-aid. So I'm in support for it, but you have to be tougher. You have to be tougher measures. And I support them putting it in place for longer periods. As I've stated before in previous videos, I would support it being in place for at least 2 years because the level of crime we're experiencing in Jamaica now, I really don't think normal policing can manage it. We need, right now, I think we need borderline martial law. Not fully martial law, but we need laws similar to martial law. Most of Jamaica parishes need to be under a state of emergency, if not the whole island, for at least 2 years. But what I can't understand is why the PMP is always downplaying everything the government try to do. Work with the government, start working with the government, come up with better strategies. We can't allow have gunmen going around killing us off. What kind of country we are gonna have left after this? We're gonna have only a country full of thief and murderers. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. We need tougher measures. PMP, please start working with the government. Stop playing politics so we can get a hold on this crime situation. There's too much guns in the country, too much criminals, too much criminal-minded people. We need to change the thought process of the people. We need a culture reset and a mindset reset. Too much criminal-minded people, too much supporters of criminality. And PMP, traditionally they have let a lot of things slide. They're a government, they're a party that they turn a blind eye to, you know, people breaking the law. And they just have a soft approach to crime. Well, mind you, they're in part a criminal organization too, along with the JLP. But they're the ones in charge. So we need tougher measures. Stop playing politics, start working together, and we could get a handle on the situation. They need to also remove the criminals within their organization. I'm not sure if that will be possible, but as I said, they're the opposition, and the JLP is the government. So we have to work with them until there's another option or another solution. So that's two councillors in the space of a year. Another JLP councillor was killed, I think, about a few months ago. I'm not sure. So this seems like it's becoming a trend. So I don't know if they'll finally start to take this thing serious and start putting out harsher measures, you know, being more proactive instead of reactive and get a handle on the situation. So this thing happen in Portmore. Portmore is a place rife with criminality. You know, it's in the St. Catherine Parish. St. Catherine Parish in general is a place that is rife with criminality. Rife with criminality. And every major town center out there, in that parish is just overrun with criminals and criminality. Spanish Town is the same thing. Old Harbour is the same thing. Um, Linstead is the same thing. Portmore, you know, Bob Walk, and Central Village, and among other places. That parish is just overrun with criminality, and it's time we put our foot down and time the government get tough. So again, we send out our condolences to the family. I don't know if this man he was involved in anything or is just maybe a man doing his work and maybe digging too deep and people don't like that. I'm not sure what the situation is, but unfortunately his life was taken. And we hope the police get to the bottom of this and arrest the perpetrators. There's another sad day in Jamaica. Um, it seems like it's starting to have a worrying trend where politicians are becoming targets. So those are my views on the situation, people. Thank you for tuning in, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'll leave a comment. All right, thank you so much. See you in the next video.